Hey everyone, welcome back. Anton's the man here, continuing with what I'd like to call the Kingdom Hearts Chronicles. So, where we last left off, we wrapped things up with Kingdom Hearts RE Chain of Memories, with Riku's story being the final story we closed up with. But then the story continued with Kingdom Hearts 358 out of 2 days. Unfortunately, I can't play that one, but you're able to view it through this game, but I can't broadcast that because it's basically just a movie. But I'll give a little summary of what went down. So, Riku went on, seeking a way to get rid of the darkness within his heart. If you guys don't want to hear this story, you can skip ahead to when I eventually start playing the game. But anyway, Riku goes on to seeking a way to get rid of the darkness within him, aka Ansem. And while doing this, he basically appoints himself as Sora's guardian, while Sora is slowly getting his memories repaired by Naminé. And during all this, the little character they hinted at the end of Sora and Riku's adventure, the Ventus lookalike that they gave a sneak peek of, it's actually another character that we haven't really had a chance to be introduced to. It's not Ventus, and no, it's not like Ventiku, like Replica Ventus or whatever. I don't know why I said Ventiku. It should be Replaven. Anyway, it's not a replica of Ventus, like they made a replica of Riku. It's actually a whole other character, who for some reason looks like Ben. But anyway, this character is Roxas. He is the one you play as in this game, 358 out of 2 days. And Roxas becomes a new member of the organization during the time that Sora is doing his thing in Chain of Memories. So Roxas gets used to becoming a member of the organization. He makes friends with Axel. He tries to understand who he is, what the organization is, what's their goal. And they set out their goal as being to collect hearts to form together something they call Kingdom Hearts, in hopes that it'll give them a heart which they all lack because they're nobodies. Basically empty husks who have no hearts, can't feel any emotions, or so they say. They seem pretty emotional to me for nobodies, but that's up for debate, I suppose. So anyway, Axel eventually has to split, take care of things in Chain of Memories by being appointed to Castle Oblivion, take out the traitors, blah blah blah. So meanwhile, Roxas is paired up with another member of the organization, the 14th member, who goes by the name of Xion. Now Xion, turns out, also can wield... Oh, by the way, Roxas can use a Keyblade, which is a very big part of the organization's plan in collecting hearts, because hearts can only be collected from Heartless by being slain by the Keyblade. So, without Roxas, their plan basically falls flat. But anyway, Xion, the newest member after Roxas, it turns out she's able to wield the Keyblade as well. And so, the two of them team up. Xion at one point has trouble wielding the Keyblade, but Roxas helps her gain back the ability. Xion, Roxas, Axel all become really close friends. Axel takes care of things at Castle Oblivion and comes back to reunite with Roxas, let him know everything's alright, even though Roxas is having issues like blacking out and stuff. And, so yeah. Eventually come to find that Xion isn't exactly a typical nobody. And neither is Roxas. Roxas comes from Sora. He is Sora's nobody. Everyone comes from a real person, and Roxas comes from Sora. And I'm sure you recognize some of the other faces from Birth by Sleep. You recognize some faces, like Axel is obviously Lei, and Isa is another member that we haven't seen, but he's shown in this game. He goes by the name Saix now. So, yeah, Roxas is born from Sora, which is weird because Sora is still around. Because he came back from being a Heartless after Kairi embraced him. And that is the time when nobodies are created. The moment when someone becomes a Heartless. Their heart and their body go separate ways. If their body has a strong enough will of its own. And Roxas is Sora's. And Xion is another special case. She was made with the replica program that was the one that made Repliku, who we fought in Chain of Memories. And she is made a replica from the memories of Sora. I know this is all confusing, but I feel like this needs to be explained. Otherwise, I don't know, you just miss a part of the story. And yeah, some of the stories also explained in Kingdom Hearts 2. But anyway, I'll continue. So she's formed from Sora's memories, made as a replica like Repliku was made from Riku. And so Roxas and her are like storing up all these memories, but eventually Roxas starts weakening because apparently Xion's taking memories and powers from him. So it's a big struggle towards the end, and eventually the organization is like, you know what, we only need one Keyblade wielder, so whichever you view is the strongest, you kill the other one. So, well, or at least one of you needs to go. And they even attempt to pin them against each other at one point, which fails because Axel interferes and brings them to their senses, because they were made to see an illusion of a Heartless. They each thought they were fighting a Heartless when really they were fighting each other. Eventually things get more critical as as it's really hard for each of them to handle these memories, because some people are passing out, some people aren't even sure who they are anymore. And this is when Diz gives Riku the ultimatum that he needs to interfere in this situation. Previously he was being hunted down as like this artificial organization member, since he wears the coat and stuff, but Riku doesn't even care. He has nothing to do with the organization. But he had to watch them closely. And now Diz, who we met in the Chain of Memories game, gives Riku the ultimatum that he needs to interfere in this, and in order for Sora to fully be able to revive himself, because Xion and Roxas are holding on to these memories and making it so that Sora can't reawaken, because those memories they're holding are very key to him, which is why Xion looks a little bit similar to Kairi, because she's actually holding on to those memories of Kairi that are vital to him. She looks kind of like a black-haired Kairi. So Riku tried to sort things out in a peaceful manner by having Xion go to Naminé and willingly give up her memories. And they also try to get Roxas to go, but things don't really work out, so Xion and Roxas end up getting into a battle. And Roxas ends up defeating Xion. Two friends that didn't really ever want to fight, but she wanted those memories to be returned, so she had Roxas destroy her. And so those important memories returned to Sora, And everyone starts to begin to forget about Xion and her existence, because she was never really supposed to be a person. So Roxas then goes off for vengeance, because Xion's final wish was for Roxas to free all those hearts that she helped collect with her Keyblade. And Roxas is really angry right now for everything the organization did, and he wanted to fulfill Xion's last wish while he could still remember her. But as he's heading back to the organization's main headquarters in the world that never was, Riku interferes to capture Roxas so that they can extract the last of Sora's memories from him. So they get into a big epic battle, scenes of which they've shown in the ending of Kingdom Hearts, where it shows Roxas wielding the two Keyblades and Riku standing above on the skyscraper, diving down before the two of them fight. So Roxas manages to overpower Riku, and Riku, seeing no other choice, embraces the darkness within his heart so that he can acquire power strong enough to be comparable to Ansem's power, basically making himself into Ansem, even in appearance, just so he could defeat Roxas. And he does succeed in overpowering Roxas and knocking him out with this new strength. Unfortunately, he loses his appearance for it, so he prefers just keeping the hood up now, I guess. So after that, somehow Roxas just kind of ends up in Traverse Town, and things just kind of go from there. Axel is really sad that his friends are like missing, and that his best buddy Roxas just kind of ditched the organization. But yeah, so that's about as good of a summary as I can give. Kind of long-winded, I know. I'll probably just have this as a separate part in my playlist on YouTube, but I felt it needed to be explained for those somewhat interested in the story, since I can't really show it off. If you really want the best experience, just find a way to watch the game scenes on your own. Anyway,